All right.
Yeah.
Brothers
Yeah,
Ali are back
yeah,
again.
yeah. Glad you're here
Mickey and
again.
Sai. Right.
Thank you for clicking on our faces. Here's for the spoiler talk. So here we go. First and foremost, I think it is um like I hate tropes and cliches, and I mean, you can do it, but if you mask it enough, you divert our expectations a bit, it can be fun. You can always have a like ability to be fun, right?
Yes.
But you have to remember that people can get real bored real quick, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in this movie, there's a trope that it does that I love so much. I hate the chosen one trope. RPGs need to stop doing that. It's so lame. I don't want to be told that I'm able to defeat something and at the end I beat something. I was like, okay, so was that me or was it the prophecy? It's so dumb. But in this movie, it explores the fact that Miles Morales wasn't even supposed to be Spider-Man in the first place, man.
Yeah, and then the revelation that you know in the universe where the spider that bit Miles came from,
Yeah, Universe 42.
yeah, universe, yeah, Earth 42.
That's 42.
Um, Miles Morales of that universe is the Prowler.
Yeah,
Whoa.
but like the thing is, the thing is,
Didn't expect that.
like again, I want to finish my point a bit. The one before I said,
All right.
like, so instead of the chosen one, Mas Morales the unwanted one. So how we came to Mas Morales with the Prowler is like, like the fact that the spot, bring a spider from Earth 42 and is it accidentally
Accidentally, yeah.
send it to
Because of the
the
colliding
the
accident.
world of
Yeah.
Mas Morales, which I don't remember the number of. Um, yeah, and then it was accidental that he became Spider-Man,
Yes.
and you know, like I really enjoy the fact that he's not supposed to be there. It's an anomaly, but despite that, like Mas Morales is an active character. He doesn't care. I mean, he cares, but he is like not fighting it just because he's rebellious like that.
Yes, yes.
He's not just like accepting that he's not wanted and just wallow in his sorrow because it's not part of prophecy like that. No, no, no,
He
no.
keeps moving.
He just keeps moving because he's a person. At the end of the day, what matters is that you try to achieve what you're going for.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of you get it like straight up. And dude, like about the sport, man. The sport is freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, I this is just a revelation of like, a simple stupid power of portals like the game Portal and whatever the One Piece character that you said on the non-spoiler review. Um it looks stupid, but then they found a way to use him and make him like a threat to the Spider-Verse. You know what? I read from somewhere from Wikipedia. Uh the Spot wasn't meant to be even the main villain. It was suggested by the producer. And then I was like, why him? And then the producer like, just use him. And then they found a way to use him and they used him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Damn.
I think you know how if you look at the typical Marvel stuff, right? MCU included, they do cross promotion, right? So there was this one thing in this game Marvel Strike Force, right? A mobile game. Where we have Frank Grillo's character, like what do you call his name, Crossbones. So he goes kneeling down upwards, right, and then he blows himself out, and the name of the ability is death proof. So it does an AoE damage that hurts everyone, but he himself is not dead, so it's kind of eluding that maybe Crossbones will come back from the graves of Civil War, right?
But for now, Frank Grillo is hanging out waiting for Creature Commando to come out. So
Oh, it's a Kitchen Commando,
he's
man.
Rick Flag Senior.
Oh man, that would be
Yeah.
awesome. I can't wait for that. So and then you see Rocket Raccoon so long ago in like Marvel's Capcom 3, right? And then he's in the movie, and then you see like Phil Coulson from the movies, and then he's in the comics, right?
Yes.
So what we're going for is they promote each other, so that is like a, you know, a tidbit. It's just like, oh, they might be in there or they might not, right?
Yeah.
So I think for the character Spot, like I said a bunch in my non spoiler review, if you ever watch it here, by the way. He's really, oh my god. Oh yeah, I also watched this video by Comic Drake. He does a better job, I think, when focusing on just the spot alone.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he gives him a proper spotlight. Alright. So yeah, it's kind of suck how they his debut gives so much potential, and he's pretty good. Um um and oh yeah, I forgot to say before. No, part of him, like he said, he was a loser or whatever, and part of him, you have to understand, like there's like part in the comics, you know, like he got punched in the stomach once by Spider-Man, and then he thinks he lost the fight because Spider-Man have super strength. Guys, doesn't. That's what makes him so cool. I mean, like the whole idea of Spider-Man is like, it's just like a spider, right? So if you're Rhino, you just fling him around, you throw him around, and that does happen. It broke his spine sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but then he comes back up and he comes on top, you know, at the end of it. That's what I love about Spider-Man, which I think why everyone loves Spider-Man. So equally, why not make the villain just as formidable when he could easily be defeated by one punch, for example, but he can always come back. Speaking of come back, I think he should come back in the comics. In like he should be in games. It would be so much fun. Imagine like Spot.
Oh.
Oh my god, Marvel's Capcom 5. Come on, make a decent Marvel's Capcom. Go back to the what you did for Marvel's Capcom 3. Forget 4 ever existed. Put Spot in there, man. He deserves the spot. See, I did it
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. Don't put it on the spot, but make a spot for him.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
okay. Enough spot puns. Oh yeah. And like he's like we alluded in our non-spoiler review, um he has the ability at some point in the movie where, you know, he evolves into being able to go through space-time continuum, right?
yeah.
So there's like, I'm like, yeah, I just realized this, and I think you would realize this as well, because I talk about how the creators or the writers of the this movie are the ones who makes the Lego movie. So there's a Lego Spider-Man universe. That is very
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Lego
that's
Spider-Man.
yeah, I think they just opening up the doors, man. Why not, man? Come on, come on. Everybody should make a movie, man. Again, I still want that Justice League versus Avengers movie. Come on, just make it a one-off. It doesn't have to do with the movies
So,
before or after.
all
Just a
right.
one-off. Like, come
Okay,
on, let's have
so
fun here, man.
it's very, I don't know. I never seen. I mean, I think the only Lego movie I saw was the Lego Batman movie. That's the
Okay.
only Lego movie I saw. I didn't even see the original Lego movie. But in the Lego Batman, I think from the get go, even in the original Lego movie, because I never saw it. Um, when there's like sound effects, it's always vocals, right? It's always vocals like pew 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 pew. So they have like this gauntlet. I mean, everyone in the Spider Society has this gauntlet to, like, you know, get busy beefing, or like to assess situation. The Lego Spider-Man one, the the beep is like boop, instead of like proper like a proper sound
Yeah,
effect. It's
it is
boop.
so cute, man.
So yeah, please make the Lego Spider-Man movie,
Yeah, I think the
please.
reason is because like when you buy a Lego of something for the first time, let's say you buy a Lego Batman, right?
So it's always
You see the belt, but then it's off flat. You know, it doesn't function as the belt, and you can't spot it. This is for the first time Lego buyers, right? So I guess that's why they do it, because it doesn't really function
and
because it's off flat.
and also because kids were like pew pew pew. So I think
Oh
yeah.
yeah, with that too.
All right, okay. Enough of this, like
Oh yeah, that really no, that really makes sense, because again, this is a fan services thing, yes, but also it makes sense to that universe.
Yes,
Like they
yes,
would
yes.
make sounds like that. So everybody is just everybody. They let their hair down, you know.
Yeah.
And like everybody is just everybody. I mean, that
Everybody.
scene is as fun as it saw as you see in the trailer. Like
The meme has elevated.
yeah. Oh god, if you go with a bunch of people, don't forget to do that before you leave. Like it's a rites of passage, man. We did it, man, with the crowd, and we're so glad we can
Yeah.
see it here.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we can put a link there yet. We can't
No,
put it.
I just want to say here, just put it where I
I'm
put
gonna
it.
put it.
That's how
No,
it works.
no, I can't. I have to put it because it's a picture. So, oh, I did. Yeah,
That's a video, right?
there's a video. Yeah, I'm gonna link it somewhere, maybe in the description
Yeah.
or something. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, like I like how they use the spot, because he is like a little known character, right? And uh, at this point you can kind of make him like into a rogues gallery character, because it's kind of boring if you think about it. Every time it's like either Doctor Octopus or Lizard or like a Green Goblin, Sandman. Like kind of expand it a bit, and even if they choose to make this part of Miles Morales's Rogues Galaxy, other than
Roach Gallery.
Looks Gallery, Looks Gallery, other than um Prowler, why not? Like there will be so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I want to see more of the sport, you know?
Speaking of Prowler again. Oh god, they paid off. They freaking paid off. You know, from Homecoming, Donald Glover, who
Oh yeah.
who um were campaign to be a Black Spider-Man, and then Marvel go on ahead and make Miles Morales with Donald Glover as the template, and then he became Aaron Davis, which is the
Oh yeah, he
uncle
was
to,
also a voice actor of Miles Morales in Ultimate Spider-Man, the
and
cartoon
and
series.
he became the live action Aaron Davis, which is the uncle to Miles Morales in the comics, and then the live action Prowler.
Not in costume in Homecoming, Spider-Man
You know,
Homecoming, right?
and
When
not,
he was exchanging like weapons, I think, with the Shocker
yeah,
in a big garage.
and then he's in this movie Donald Glover, live action Donald Glover in the Prowler costume, like,
Yeah,
oh my
you remember when I
god.
said everything is canon? So in the logic of Spider-Verse, right? If the Spider-Man appears as live action, that's all canon. If they're part of the web organization, Andrew Garfield, not animated, might as well be there. So this is what I appreciate about this Spider-Verse. They go
Hell,
all the way.
yeah.
Like, remember again, I said Space Jam 2 is so shit. They turn like because they can't afford to get LeBron James to be there all that much, because he's busy. He's go playing some doing some playoffs and win
So he's
a bunch of
animated.
seasons again.
Yeah.
He's animated, and it's so bad. The animation is so bland and boring. You want to see a fun animation? You should watch like
Who framed Roger
who
Rabbit?
Roger Rabbit, man. That's so much better.
And it was, in the early 90s, 80s maybe. I can't remember the year, but yeah.
Yeah, remember talking about not remembering the year. Let's talk about Vulture, man.
Holy, yeah, this is
So this guy
yeah,
came to the cinemas
a-
wearing
a happy coincidence. Yeah.
Duel with the Vulture. Like he didn't even know that it was gonna be in there. Like it's not even in the
Not in the
trailers.
trailers, not even the trailers.
Oh,
and then
God.
and then there's the Renaissance.
I wanna say this every chance
Alright.
that I get. Just like in the MCU where Ant-Man had a secret fight in the Ant-Man movie with like Falcon. That's so awesome. Like keep doing that. Like it doesn't matter who make it next. Like it doesn't matter if you're DC, you want to make it. Put these secret fights not included in the trailer, so we have some kind of surprising thing that is like we can like enjoy.
So,
Put
yeah.
our teeth in. Okay, Renaissance. Do a Renaissance.
It's like I think this Vulture, I can't remember, maybe I'm just verbatim making up his origin story. Maybe he stole the Leonardo da Vinci's invention and make a Vulture suit of his own. Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember the exact origin story of Vulture there. I think they explained it, but oh my god, the visual style.
Oh god,
It was
so good.
again like this is like the Amazing World of Gumball on crack.
Yeah.
It was
And
like, God, the different art styles to me. That guy came on from like a parchment, like, you know, one of those like um drawings in like crude sketches in a
you know,
old
yeah,
books.
in the like, because it's from the like old books from the times of Leonardo da Vinci, right? It looks like just like that, and Mars Morales, if you call it, I'm fighting paper. It's like I'm fighting paper.
Like, damn, that was like cool. That's a very
And
cool
it's
scene.
kind of like delicate too. Like, I mean, he is a rough version of Vulture as well. It's very vicious, but it's kind of getting his ass kicked like easier because it's kind of like soft like a paper. This reminds me of Pete in from the from the what Willy Boat Willy, what was it called?
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willy,
Oh
and
yeah.
from the Steamboat Willy in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, there's two versions of Pete. You have the normal one, and then you have the old school one. You can attack him and he just bounces around the room because
Of
like
rubber hose technique.
because back then the physics of the cartoons are like that, things are very
Yeah,
light.
it's called the rubber hose animation.
Yeah, the Rabu's animation is very light. So in this case, yeah, it's like Vulture is kind of light as well. Like, if you put him, if let's say you make a fighting game, right? You unlock Vulture for that Vulture spot, but then you can unlock different versions of Vulture, and then they all have stats, right? These have some of the lowest stats, but in terms of intelligence, they have one of the highest. This is one of the most intelligent because despite him being weak, he kind of hold his own again, like against this Spider-Man. Like, he fought Spider-Woman, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, that's Ultimate Spider-Man, right? So yeah, that's kind of cool. They was able to withstand them that long.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive. Like, he is like treated as a villain of the day, but you know what? I don't mind villain of the days, villains of the day. Like even when you see early on when people do a bunch of introduction, right? Every time a character comes in, they do introduction. Yeah, that start to become a trope in of itself, made by the Spider-Verse, right? But it works all the time. So because you kind of need that intro though every
You do.
time anyone comes in. Yeah, even the Vulture has an intro. Everybody has an intro. It's so cool. I like that concept.
Yeah, this one is warranted. Yeah, very
Yeah,
warranted.
when you see like any other movie, it
Like-
feels like lame. It's like one of the worst. Oh my god. Like, if you see the walkthrough review of that stupid MGK movie, everybody has an intro. It's so stupid and boring and drawn out, long-winded. But this one, they everyone have a short paragraph, but it tells enough for us to know the people.
And yeah, this is another offender. Suicide Squad.
Oh,
Totally not needed. Because they just, instead of properly introducing characters like the Suicide Squad, it's just no time, and just throw something, and okay, that's the character.
Oh,
Now
God.
you know him.
At least those people you all have like infographics and everything, right? How about Slipknot? He got none. Oh, by the way, this is Slipknot. He can climb anything. I'm
And
like,
then this is
like,
Katana. She
and-
got my back. What?
and then you know what happened? Slipknot died. He's the first one who died, and we expected that because he didn't get much introduction. So stupid. Let's compare that. Like, sorry, a bit of tangent. You remember the Suicide Squad? If you watch it, you know what? This gonna be a spoiler. I forget it. But they do something different. That's kind of funny. This kind of meta. Making fun of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
That's another thing to get to. And dude, introductions, man. I like Hobby.
Oh yeah.
Voiced by Daniel Kaluuya.
Kaluuya,
Like,
yeah. I forgot he's British sometimes.
he's like, dude, he is not just punk. He's not just fighting the establishment. He literally fights the establishment. Like, there's like one scene where he took a piece of that, and then Miles was like, "Why are you touching that? Now you don't know what's gonna happen." But apparently all this time it was like gathering little components to make his own watch. And that in turn becomes like the last hurrah for Gwen to be able to come and save Miles towards the end of the movie. It's like, dude, if it was for his rebellious nature, we're like, yeah, he's the main character too.
One more
That's
thing.
so cool.
One more thing.
He's not just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen.
One more
It's
thing.
freaking Hobby, man. Freaking Spider-Man.
He's a punk. And he doesn't say he's punk. He's just does
Oh
things.
yeah, yeah. A lot of like I don't want to go there. I mean, comparison land is a great place to go to. I don't want to go there right now.
Yeah, and in terms of the art style of hobby, oh my god, because this I mean I don't do colorful ones, but me and my friends do zines at one point. Not I don't know, we don't cover like bands or anything in the zines, but we know the technique of cutting and paste.
The collage,
The
collage.
collage, the cutting and paste, and to make the layout. So yeah,
Yeah, he just
that's
have that.
hobby's design.
You
It's
know,
straight out of a zine. That's what it looks like. Damn, it was like so cool. Yeah. Then kalau you knock it out of the park with his character, man. Like,
and you have to. I want to touch on this, man. This is a very important thing to remember. Right?
alright.
It's called an ATM. It's not an ATM machine because it's automatic telling machine. If you say automatic telling machine,
It means you made
machine. Yeah.
automated teller machine
Here's
machine.
another term that the Indian Spider-Man reminds us. Chai tea. That's stupid. That is tea. Tea. That's dumb.
So it is chai or
Just
tea.
chai or tea.
Yeah.
Starbucks, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
You're commercializing and you don't eat.
Yeah.
You culture appropriating.
Yeah. He also said naan is naan, bread is bread, roti is roti. They're all the same thing, man. You know, but I forgive you, LETTERBOXD. I know what you're doing. You're trying to separate the different styles of different cultures. I know what you're doing. You got the green light, but not you, Starbucks. You.
F you. Alright. Where are we next in this one?
Oh yeah. I said like I kind of wish like more characters come in. How about the characters that are in there? Like I I I like that there is Scarlet Spider just because for the sake of variety. Oh yeah, I did remember when I was reading 2005 in the 2005 I read a bunch of stuff, right, in Wikipedia that most of the things that I learned is from there. So yeah, a lot of people apparently don't like Scarlet Spider, and the whole story doesn't make sense. But for a long time, it's canon. So they have him. Okay, not only was this crying, wallowing in his sorrow, right? It's probably meta because of how much nobody likes him. Like, okay, Spider-Man suffers all the time because usually the storyteller of Spider-Man is he knows a bunch of people, but then everybody betrays him by either becoming a villain or somebody close to him is killed or whatever. You know, like he knows he kind of let go of the robber, right? And then he turns out to be Sandman. He killed Uncle Ben. Then there's a version of it. Another version of it is another guy altogether. But he did let him go after the wrestling part, wrestling bit, right? And then there is like one of his professors of his like extracurricular doctor, what do you call like his name, lizard
Kirk Connors.
Kirk Connors, right? Yeah, another version they change it to Octavius, right? So yeah, you can kind of see that everyone close to him kind of becomes something that like his best friend or the father is Norman Osborn, right? So a lot of that, we have a lot of that. So now we have a character like you know where was I going with this?
I forgot.
I forgot, man.
Everything everywhere all at once happened.
Okay, now back to Scarlet Spider, right? So when he was wallowing in sorrow, how nobody likes him because Spider-Man suffers all the time, and in a meta way, nobody likes his arc and therefore his character, right? He also came in, if I'm not mistaken, in the style of MTV Spider-Man. You know, the really ugly, like usually French, like animation, like the 2.5D. It's really bad. It's like
It's 3D.
it's 3D, yeah. It's really bad 3D. It's like the style of Armored Adventures of Iron Man, for example, if you see that. And it's so funny they do it that style because he kind of looks as pathetic as some of the characters in this MTV Spider-Man. And if you watch the MTV Spider-Man, kind of sucks, but in a campy kind of way, it's kind of fun too. So I think you can catch it at Disney Plus, man. It's a lot of fun. Like, how about the 60s. The 60s Spider-Man, man.
What? Oh, what?
He appears in one frame. Literally one frame. Spider-Man. He can't move.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
The 60s Spider-Man.
See,
Was
oh,
it?
the 60s. Oh my god.
I think is
I
that 60s or 70s that I remember, like, is it that
this
stupid motion comic thing?
I'm not sure. I think from the I think that's the motion comic
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
not the
60s.
meme Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not
We
that
need
one.
that Spider-Man. He's not in there. He's not in this movie. Spectacular Spider-Man is in this movie.
Yeah, which Spider? Oh, the 60s Spider-Man. I think he's in there. We just want to see because there's so many
Yeah.
Spider-Mans, so many Spider people. Yeah.
You know who's supposed to be? Supposed to be there? The savior of your brother and your sister and your father and your mother. Spider-Man.
Actually,
Who's he in there, man? He needs to be in there.
I think he's in there, but there's again. I mean, I see the Wikipedia. He's in there. We have to look for him.
But he needs, like, we need a scene where Spider-Man is almost caught by a rope. Where Miles Morales almost caught by a rope.
And then
And
he's
hunting him down with Spider-Man.
and his flipping animation has to be repeated.
Yeah,
acrobatics instead of a
Yeah.
continuous one.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. They need to explore that, man.
And they need to have Leopardon beat the shit out of Spot in the second movie. Please. Gwen Stacy, you have all the gags in the in the very ending of the movie where you bring back your gang from the first movie and also the gang from this movie together. Please somehow get Takuya Yamashiro to be part of your team. Please, I want a kaiju fight. Please. Liberty to your partner on the spot.
Oh,
please.
yeah, he has a gigantic robot, right?
Yeah, and
It's a
Leopardon.
Megazord, basically.
Leopardon, I think everyone already knows this fact, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. It's the precursor to Super Sentai, aka Power Rangers.
Okay.
The robots. So before this, yeah, that's the inspiration.
So Leopardon is the name of person. What was it?
It's the name of his robot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like you know what else the Spider-Man needs, even though it could get even more crowded, kind of need like all the other characters. I think the casting for the second movie Beyond the Spider-Verse already in talks of like other characters like Black Cat or something, because as much as it's a Spider-Man movie, kind of like Spider-Man is not really Spider-Man with other characters like Black Cat or MJ or whatever. MJ was in this one, you know. She got married to Peter B. Parker, and then they have Mayday.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. Like wasn't Mayday was like Aunt May coming? Like
No, I think
Mayday has always been the baby, is it?
yeah, maybe so.
I didn't know
Maybe
that.
it's always been the
Yeah, my knowledge of Spider-Man are limited. I don't know anything about the cat, you know. And is but that's the thing about like cats, right? Like no matter how much of a spider they are, they're still a cat.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why Spider Cat is such an awesome concept.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I don't get why Spider Rex is a thing, but glad it's there.
Yeah, I think I'm guessing they want to, again, like the cross promotional thing. I think at one point MCU, again, even though I know Sony owns like Spider-Man, they kind of like coincide with each other, you know. Like in the No Way Home, there was a scene where Eddie Brock from from Venom left a symbiote there, and then in this one there was a scene where they go to the convenience store where the cashier, the Asian cashier woman, the old lady, was reacting to how not scary was it Spot is at that point, because he's in crazy stuff. Although I loathe the Venom and Morbius thing. If they're gonna do it, they should do it right. Like come on, man. Like don't do Craven the Animal Lover. And what's the deal with Hypno Hustler? Now we have like, oh, now Aaron Davis, what do you call it? Childish Gambino is actually gonna be Prowler at one point. I hope it's gonna be somewhere in there on the next trilogy of Tom Holland Spider-Man. I hope.
Yeah.
And there's like an explanation why he's there. He was defeated and was brought there. So that movie is kind of like a prequel to Across the
And
Spider-Verse.
then apparently a Miles Morales live action movie is also in the works.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Okay.
That is very recent. Yeah. Very
Oh, all
recent
right.
news.
Okay. Interesting. I kind of get why they're gonna do it, but yeah. Again, that and across the Spider-Verse, they should focus on these. Stop these villain stuff bullshit, man. Doesn't work. And
Yeah.
again, Hypno Hustler. So Charles Gambino is gonna be Hypno Hustler too. Like, dude, give a man a break, man. Like I know he wants to do it. He got his right. He wants to do it. Whatever. What I mean by that is like, it's gonna get way more confusing after
And
this.
for the love of God, please cancel Elmer 2. Why the hell do you recruit Bad Bunny, man?
I mean, like, yeah, he was just there in Bullet Train. I don't know, they deliberately didn't give him any acting beats. I think that's for a reason. Maybe it didn't work out, so you just have some action stuff. Because later you have like Zazie Beats. Zazie Beats in the movie Bullet Train. She does have more acting stuff to do, even though her appearance is as short as Bad Bunny. So yeah, and no, my problem is not the casting. It's more like why Bad Bunny? There's barely anything about it. They might as well do Hit Monkey, man. That was so much better.
Yeah, Hit Monkey, man. Oh
So
God.
that's what I was
Travesty.
saying, right? So he's gonna be Hypno Hustler too. He's gonna be um Prowler at some point maybe. And that is like already confusing because they're gonna be there simultaneously both made by Sony. Whereas in MCU, yeah, it's fine if Cable enter the fold later on, played by Josh Brolin, right? Like yes, Josh Brolin was Thanos, but Thanos is there in MCU. So if he plays another character altogether, and now without all that makeup, he looks different anyways. You know, he has Cable makeup this time, so that makes sense. Like Donald Glover as both Hypnos Hustler and Prowler at the same time is confusing, man.
Oh yeah, I think
I'm not a fan.
I think this is a non spoiler bit. So I think I want to talk about how they really get Hailey Steinfeld to really get into Gwen Stacy. I mean, she's like in this one, she gets more moments to shine. So her her angst, her emotions, her disappointment on how things turn out is just I don't know how they do it, man. How they got such how they managed to make it very very tragic, and we get more into the minds of Gwen Stacy and how things turn out to be, how why she does what she does and all that, and the relationship between her father and her, like, is beautiful. And again, we got the complementing background.
Yeah.
This is nice, very a very tender moment in another was a very chaotic movie.
Yeah,
Wow, it's
like
some power shit.
even like, if you think about it, right? When your life is in shambles, when someone give you a hug, it means a lot, and they hug a lot in this one, and it's a beautiful thing between your daughter and father, man.
And yeah,
Yeah. And
I hope they get to Miles get to save his father, man,
oh yeah,
because yeah, his father is in trouble.
and it's so cool too. Like why not make a new canon, right? Like how you know the Indian Spider-Man, what was his name?
Uh,
Prabhakar.
Pavitra Prabhakar.
He Prabhakar was able to have his cake and eat it too. He was able to save the love of his life and his father being saved. You know what I mean? Like why
No, no,
not?
no, that's not his that
Why can't he be the one Spider-Man who's able to, like, have everyone they love being alive and well?
that was
Why not?
Gayatri's father that Pavitra saved, not his father.
Oh no, it's father. But doesn't change the fact that, dude, it's sad, man, when you know like Captain Stacy died, right?
Yeah, so yeah,
It doesn't change the fact that it's sad.
it's very
So
sad.
if Miles Morales is going to make this canon, the new canon, why not? I support him, man. Miles Morales have very clear goals, and this is not like, again, he's the unwanted one.
Yeah.
So he has just like spot where like you hit rock bottom, right? In this case, Marcus Morales think he has no more support. You know, he can't contact his parents, right? But that's the only support he's got. But that, other than that, he has no support left. He can't even trust Gwen Stacy, right? So he he that's like if Spot is supposed to be the main antagonist, so he's the equivalent to that without having the same powers, you know, without being the Iron Man versus Ironmonger thing, which a lot of people are starting to get sick of, you know. Killmonger was good, and then he wears that same Black Panther type suit, and he looks stupid. At least I think it's stupid. I don't know if you think that way. I know it's there's a version of it in comics, but
It is stupid. I think it's
I think
stupid.
it's still stupid how they do it because it there's never established this suit being made and it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um or yeah, so what I would like to see that wasn't there, which I kind of alluded to at first, which gotta be obvious to a lot of people. A character that is not there in when we're talking about Spider Verse. There's Scarlet Spider, but that's not her. Madam Web, where is she at? I think she's in the Beyond the Spider Verse. I
And
think
maybe also she's gonna be explored because there is a Madam Web live action movie coming up. So
so. I think how they're gonna go about this is okay. Think of it's either she's actually controlling O'Hara or she has a counter organization to O'Hara's organization, which is gonna be cool. So you're gonna see a bunch of Spider-Man fighting a bunch of Spider-Man again, and I think just the sheer amount of Spider-Man in one organization. I mean, come on, man. Like, there's no way there's not gonna be more. There's gonna be a bunch more, man. A lot of these people, and I hope later in the future this has nothing to do with Spider-Man. Um, you know, there was Council of Reeds. You know, why not actually do the Ghost Riders? And I like this concept of the different Reaches, the different Spider-Man. Ghost Riders, most of them are just different people straight up. Like in Earth 616, the main storytelling, there's just like a bunch of Ghost Riders at the same time. You know, Bobby Reyes, there's like Johnny Blaze, there's the old school guy, the cowboy, there's like a bunch, and some of them died, and then maybe some of them can even come back because they kind of immortal in a way. So uh enough about that. So I think, yeah, other than Madam Web and say Black Cat, they need to have some of these other characters that kind of like build upon the world. I mean, I will go as far as Silver Sable, but I would say like yeah, these two characters need to be in there. So um okay, when Spider-Man is being a hero, right? There are parts where he collab even in that world itself, not just the meta thing, where he collab with the Devil and the Punisher, right? But when it's not the superhero, when he's just hanging out, he actually hangs out a lot with Johnny Storm, Human Torch, and Bobby, I don't remember his full name, Bobby, Iceman. And his free time in costume, Human Torch would sometimes race with Spider-Man, to the Baxter building. And you can even play that in the Ultimate Spider-Man game. That was so awesome. And I want to see more of that. Like, people in Spider-Man's life, not just Aunt May and Uncle Ben again. I want to see these other people. Matt Murdock, Frank Castle and all that. So yeah, I think we need these characters, maybe not in Beyond the Spider Verse, maybe later, maybe even in the Miles Morales live action series,
live action
and
movie.
there's the movies.
So yeah, there you go. Our thoughts, our spoilery thoughts on Across the Spider-Verse, and what our hopes are that I think needs to be projected, some of them if not all, into Beyond the Spider-Verse or beyond the projects of the Spider-Verse.
I call it now. There's probably a bunch more that we haven't talked about, and we're gonna go to sleep. We're gonna, oh man, I should have talked about that, but you know what? This is it. This is the video. We can keep redoing it. If you have anything more, that you think we should talk about, and you can go spoiler filled in the comment sections on this one,
Yeah.
assuming that it exists. Because like this is a spoiler filled review, like we're gonna plastic all over, you know, do massive editing, say spoilers, so people won't get like to scold us for dumb reasons.
Yeah.
You know, if you miss the other one, you know, you can watch here.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, like again, 8.5 for now. Now until I get the next one, it's awesome. I wouldn't like rate this much, you know.
Yep. 8.5 still.
I will rate
This
this again. You know.
this needs to be rated fairly, right? So we just other people can give it a 9 or 12 out of 10, but for us it's just not fair. So let's swing away, baby.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Coca-Cola, ada Coca-Cola. Sweet.